Host with the most, Locum 23 here. You're joining me for Open Heart 3rd Year, Chapter 14, Against the Boards. The morning of your board exams, you manage to get dressed, your blood pulsing with adrenaline and anxiety. It's still so early, but there's no way I'm gonna get back to sleep. I just can't believe the boards are really here. You take a quick shower and then head to the kitchen, half expecting it to be dark and empty. Still, you're not surprised to see Sienna sitting at the table, looking frazzled, Aurora pouring what looks like to be a second cup of coffee. Can't sleep either, huh? I woke up basically before the sun rose. Me too this morning. Yeah, me too. Right after the nightmare about my bedroom being a cave and me getting such a bad histoplasmosis, I missed boards entirely. You mean you two were actually able to sleep? I've been wired all night. Luckily, I have my Calm Sienna Down brigade on standby. She bends to lift Locum off her lap, and you notice Cinnamon curled at her feet and Crush ambling over to join. I hope we all get a turn with the pet brigade. Of course, wouldn't dream of keeping them all to myself, especially since I bought them all. Laughing, Sienna deposits Locum into the outstretched hands, and Cinnamon hurries over to nuzzle your ankle. You pat each in turn and feeling your spirits lift a bit. As you settle at the table, Elijah's door opens. Thank God I don't have to pretend to be asleep. I'm not sure I even actually fell asleep. Looks like the only one of us managed that. You point your thumb at Jackie's door, still closed. For about 2 seconds, Jackie strides out, making a beeline for the coffee pot. If there's not enough for a cup in here, someone's heads are gonna roll. A woman after my own heart. While you're sipping your first cup of coffee, your phone lights up with a text from a familiar contact. I know your boards are today. Sending you good thoughts. How do you know I'd been up? It's not a real question, right? Fair. I thought you could, I could help you out a little. Maybe run you through some yoga before the test. It always helps me focus. Meet Raph for a pre-exam boost that will help you better on the biggest test of your life. I'd love to. This'll definitely clear my head before exams. Woo-saw. I'd love to. Awesome. I'll meet you there ASAP. You arrive at the park just as the sun is rising to find Raph already laying out 2 yoga mats on the ground. I'm impressed you were willing to get up this early. Don't you have a morning shift? Yeah, but not for another hour, plus scrubs double as a perfect yoga gear. So, what do you have for me? Honestly, whatever you think will help you most. I've got all sorts of flows, depending on how patients are doing with their recovery. We can go from anything from basically just meditation to sweat out the nerves. Let's try something meditative. Alright, then why don't you start sitting cross-legged and take a few deep centering breaths. Follow his lead, crossing your legs in front of you, putting your hands on your knees and closing your eyes as you breathe deeply. Okay, I think I can get behind this. Do I just do this for the next hour? It gets a bit more active than that, but you can do this for at least a few minutes. Smiling, you sit upright and breathe again, letting the stress fall away with each exhale, losing track of time until... Good. Now let's move into child's pose. Fold your legs underneath you, then stretch your arms out in front of you on the mat. You do so, posing yourself as if the supplication, letting the pose stretch out your back and hip muscles. Now raise yourself to your hands and knees, arch your back to release tension, then press it the other way and look to the sky. Sure enough, as you raise yourself up to your hands and knees and bridge your torso, you feel the delicious stretch of your spine, sigh and satisfaction. It's all fun and games until it pops and you're like, oh my god, that's what I needed. Oh, that feels good. What's that called? The series is usually called Cat's Cow, but I like to think of it as a works every time. Okay, now from here, I want you to push up into a downward dog. Raph takes a step back to get a better look as you shift from pose to pose. He's checking out your ass, let's be real. How are you feeling? You tell me, does this look right? He rubs his hand over his mouth to smother what might have been an amused grin. Would you like me to help you find a better pose? I think I got it. But if there's anything I'm not doing correctly, I'd like to know, obviously. Make sure to keep your hands shoulder width apart, elongate your spine, unlock your knees, and don't forget to breathe. Don't forget to breathe. Raph, I'm a beginner at yoga, not basic life functions. Yeah, I love when people go, now just make sure to breathe. Oh, no! Really? You'd be surprised how often people forget, and if you hold your breath as a pose, it puts pressure on your body, so relax. Sighing, you take his advice, breathing deeply and loosening your body as you lift your hips. Sure enough, the position soon feels comfortable. That looks great. What can I say? I have a good teacher. You move through several more poses, gaining stability and confidence with the odd tip from Raph to help you out. Alright, I think that's enough for today. Let's sit on a mat for a moment, cross-legged. How are you feeling? Actually, strangely calm. Good, then it's working. Now breathe in, chest open, and exhale. Close your eyes, and focus on an image that relaxes you, makes you feel calm, peaceful, even happy. Imagine the details, the sensations. Follow Raph's lead, and you close your eyes and let your mind drift towards a particular image, focusing on the warm waves of peace that ripple through you. What do you see? My patients always have an easier time visualizing if they describe it out loud. I'm picturing Northern Lights over snowy landscape, being with my friends at Enos's wedding, being a board-certified doctor. No, I'm gonna go with snowy landscape. I can feel the cold, howling wind, snowflakes flickering through the air, and the endless white dunes of snow. But above all, I see the starry sky bathed in curtains of light and color, shifting endlessly, rippling as I watch. Sounds beautiful. Focus on the movement of light and how it makes you feel. You lose yourself totally in the fantasy, imagining standing out in the cold winter sky, looking up at the spectacular light show. A feeling of peace settles over you. Now focus on that image, on that positive feeling it's giving you. Try to hold it in your mind like a photograph. Breathe deeply, slowly, still focusing on the image, letting everything else slow down. Your breath, the world. Follows directions, letting the breath move in and out of your body, retaining that image, that sense of peace. Time seems to draw out and compress all at once, no longer having any meaning in the moment, a second, and an eternity later. Alright, open your eyes. How do you feel? You open them, blinking as if emerging from a deep slumber. You feel oddly renewed and rested, as if you just slept. Much better, actually. Thank you. You're right. This is exactly what I needed. I'm just glad I could help out. Anything else I can do? You can kiss my ass. Absolutely. You can give me a bagel. I forgot to eat before I left the apartment and I'm starving. I just need something that won't make me feel queasy later. Lucky for you, I know an awesome spa just around the corner. It looks like a hole in the wall, but Boston locals know it's the best. My treat, obviously. Minutes later, you're biting into a bagel so fresh and its warmth melts the cream cheese. It actually sounds really good right now. Oh my god, it's so good. Huh, told you. Thanks for letting me in on the locals' only secret, Raph. Good luck, Case. Not that you need it. Smiling, you wave goodbye and part ways, heading towards the test center early to get changed and ready. Before you know it, the test is about to begin. You and your friends file nervously in a large testing room, shoulder to shoulder with other scared-looking residents. Oh my god, I can't believe this is really happening. Elijah, how do you look so calm? Because he's not you. Honestly, I'm genuinely not that worried. Researchers get evaluated more on trial results than their boards. Look at it this way, Sienna. At this point, you've done everything you can. If it's not good enough, that's that. You did your best. Well, I see it the other way around. I know I'm good enough, so I'm gonna knock this out of the park. And before she fails. I agree with Elijah, Jackie, Aurora, Sienna. Aurora, actually. We've put in our time, studied, and been the best doctors we can be. That's what this test is meant to prove. End of story. What if our best isn't good enough? Then goodbye, so long, farewell. You can work at McDonald's. Then it's good to know it now rather than 10 years' time when we've messed up our patients, right? That's a weirdly reassuring slant on it. But before you can say anything else, the proctor at the front of the room clears his throat. Quiet, please. The exam begins in 60 seconds. Here goes everything. Begin. As you turn the page, you call to mind the image of the northern lights, letting it calm and center you, just as Raph suggested. That's better. I can do this. Your mind quiets and focuses just as Raph said it would, and time seems to slow as you begin. Okay. What is the medical term for golden brown circles in the eyes caused by excess deposits of copper? Jaundice. Wait, I know this. It's how we confirm the Wilson's diagnosis for Grace, the oyster lover. I had to examine her eyes for... just find the calm space like Raph said. Don't force it. I remember, it's Kaiser Fisher rings. I'll mark down... Ah, look at that. Yee. So, real quick, I know we kind of cheated, but I would have gone with jaundice. But jaundice isn't the golden rings around your irises. That's what they specifically should have keyed out here. So, in case you guys are going, oh my god, what do? I never got to the point where she hinted at what to do. Jaundice would have been a good thing, but your whole entire white of your eyes turns yellow. The Kaiser Fisher rings is the slight, tiny, but subtle copper/yellowish around your eye or irises. That's right. They show up under a slit lamp and are telltale sign of Wilson's disease. Guess everyone was right. Sometimes your experience as a doctor is the most helpful form of studying. You mark down your answer, feeling a new sense of confidence. It's not always going to be that easy, by the way. You fill out a few easy answers and sneak a glance at your roomie. Sienna's currently chewing a nervous hole right through her pencil. But Jackie's smiling, relaxed, and she checks through question after question. Next question. A patient returning from Papua New Guinea is diagnosed with malaria. Which anti-malarial should you avoid prescribing? Wait, this was the one Bryce asked me the other night. Malaria strain in Papua New Guinea are chloroquine resistant. The answer is chloroquine. I'll have to let him know all the focusing actually paid off. Basically, this is if you actually, did the diamond choices, I guess. Chloroquine. I see you, chloroquine-resistant malaria. Next, patient presents with a discolored urine, proteinuria, edema, and lower back pain. Which diagnosis explains all these symptoms? Wait, this sounds like a lot like, oh, for the love of Christ, do I have to go through all this? I really don't want to. Symptoms Bloom was showing before he was diagnosed with Berger's disease. It's gotta be hypothyroidism. You know what? I hope none of you needed the diamond choice to help with this one, but it's the only option that covers these symptoms, and it matches how Bloom was presenting when we first saw him. Wait until Ethan hears that Bloom ended up helping me out here for once. That's over at your friends. Oh, she's mad. And he's calm as a cool as a cucumber. Looks like Jackie's only feeling super confident. Sienna looks like she might be sick from nerves. We'll look at the next question, though, and you start to know how she feels. Which of these is a symptom of Zollinger-Ellison syndrome? Geez, that's a pretty rare condition. But hang on, I did study this the night we went to the cat cafe. Sure enough, as it comes back to you, Sienna blinks at her paper and then makes a soft noise of realization. Oh! Yeah, diamond choice, yeah, congratulations. So, Zollinger-Ellison major signs were nausea, gas, vomiting, weight loss, diarrhea, all gut-related symptoms, based on multiple choice options. A Zollinger-Ellison symptom is diarrhea. Good thing I made a point to spend some time studying rare stomach conditions. As time ticks away, you push yourself through the last few pages, the questions getting harder. No, they're not. What might make an appendix diagnosis difficult? As you consider it, you suddenly remember a mad dash back to the hospital after the airport, a scan, and a last-minute diagnosis. Oh, for the love of Christ, really? At least let us choose! At least give me a hard one. Actually, something that isn't on the test, just as like an oddball question. But Why didn't you see it before? The answer is definitely C. Appendix, not where expected as on scan. I don't feel anxious. I guess that yoga session really helped. And also the diamond choice. You keep plowing through all the questions until at last, with only minutes on the clock, you reach the final question in the multiple choice section. The last chance you have to shine! I'm pretty sure we could fail this question and still pass the test. Which of the following symptoms is not associated with severe mycotoxin poisoning? Wait, mycotoxin! Oh my god, that's the one Travis used in the attack last year. I remember that most of us had nausea, short of breath, dizziness, weakness, but there was no swelling or bleeding. What symptom doesn't occur must be... A symptom that doesn't occur must be facial swelling, vomiting, vertigo. Finally, I can actually have a guess here. I need some coffee. Vertigo. I don't think we had vertigo exactly. I mostly remember the nausea. Hopefully this is right. Just as you tick your last box on the exam, time's up! Turn over your papers and put your pencils down. The other residents in the room burst out in relieved chatter, and you immediately glance over at your friends. Piece of cake. Half down, half to go. Come on, Sienna. Let's stretch our legs and get some fresh air. Yeah, sounds great. Let me guess, we're gonna have to help her? As you wander outside with the other, Sienna is still a bundle of nerves, talking at breakneck speeds. Would you all prefer question 7? I thought it was Theopolian, but later on I thought it might be the Beta Agnes, and then... Sienna, relax, it's done. And there's no point in re-traumatizing yourself. Plus, Theopoline is right. Okay, but what about question 32? I thought bone marrow failure, but then I kept thinking about what you said, and... I said something. That's the important thing. And you're right about the 1, 2, Sienna. So don't worry. But before she can re-litigate the entire exam, however, an unexpected visitor walks up with a grin. There they are, the conquering heroes. How's phase 1 of Operation Board Certification? Bryce, Raph, what are you two doing here? Imagine showing Raph instead of Bryce for this part. This is where I would have put Raph. Well, you know, I figured we could play a regular lunchtime game of pickup. But I convinced him bringing you guys with some sustenance was a much better use of his time. Have I ever told you both that I love you? We didn't want to bug everyone with sandwich orders, so we got a variety. Oh my god! You're both lifesavers. You all grab sandwiches, laughing and chatting away easily, and when it hits you... This might be one of our last lunches like this. Especially if you take that offer, Raph. Wait, what? What offer? You glance at Raph, who rubs the back of his head and smiles sheepishly. I got an offer from Pedro Cruz to leave Edenbrook and travel with the Marauders as their full-time physical therapist. Holy crap, dude. Why didn't you tell me this? The Marauders are one of the biggest teams in town. That's one hell of a job offer. And no wonder you got it, man. You earned it. Congratulations. Yes, but I'm gonna miss you, and so are the kids, and Patience, and... Sienna, we're all gonna miss him, but it's his choice. Actually, it doesn't really matter anyway, because I've thought about it, and I'm not taking the offer. Wait, you're not? She and the others look on, as shocked as you feel. I did a lot of things, and I realized I can't leave Edenbrook. Pedro's great, but the people I'm helping there need me more, so I'm staying. Wow, Raph. I mean, imagine if you would have, Pixelberry would have literally got reamed over the coals for that one. This is the second time you screwed me! I loved Raph! Imagine love interests having a life of their own. Ah, man, that illusion of choice. So, how did Pedro take it? Really well. He totally gets it. He's all about giving back, so he understood where I was coming from, and if anything, now that he isn't going to be my patient, we might be able to start hanging out as just as friends. Oh, did I mention he gave me another 2 tickets to the next Marauders game? Oh, sweet. Hope one of those tickets has my name on it. Unless your name is, Juliana Vovo Avero, then no. Well then, a toast to Raph for both the amazing offer and the equally amazing decision to stay. You'll hold up your water bottles and do a mock toast, laughing and chatting in the sunshine, enjoying the hour of respite before the next part of the test. Please give me something better. Back inside the testing hall, the practice exams portions begins, and your name is called. You're ushered into an exam room where a pair of doctors are waiting. Dr. Casey Valentine, pleasure to meet you. I'm Dr. Monkman. I'm sorry! That last name just caught me off guard. I just think of a monk from Diablo and I'm like, okay. And this is my colleague, Dr. Jones. We'll be supervising your practical. Charmed. Hey, look, this is where they put you when we're no longer using you. You shake their hands as firm as you can, trying to look part of the confident specialist. Now, you probably know how the first part goes. We'll be introducing you to a series of actors. Don't think of them as actors, think of them as patients. Who are playing patients with a specific complaint. Your job is to diagnose them, just as you would in your daily practice. I'm literally on part of the diagnostics team, but yes. We'll be on hand to provide any supplementary information, such as test results, physical exam results, or details, and so on. Any questions? Just one. Any rules about questions I can ask about the patients? What about visual physical symptoms? Ah! That's a good one, actually. I base a lot of my diagnosis off visual observations, unusual coloring, swelling, rashes, and that sort of thing. Dr. Monkman beams at you, and you get the sense that he's impressed by your thoroughness. In some cases, we've used makeup to reproduce certain symptoms. We actually contracted with a local movie studio and hired some of the makeup artists. You should see there. Dr. Jones clears her throat, cutting off Dr. Monkman's enthusiastic chatter. As my colleague has noted, we have replicated some physical symptoms. For those that we can't replicate, we'll simply inform you if they arise. Okay, I think that clears that up. I'm ready. Alright, let's begin. We'll introduce you to your first patient. He leads you over to an alcove where your patient's waiting, but you hear him long before you actually see him. Oh, my sides, the pain, the agony, doctor, you gotta help me. Oh, the pain. He takes your hand and looks soulfully in your eyes, voice dropping to a breathless whisper. Tell my husband that I love him, and that I died bravely and quietly, and my side. Oh, for the love of... You're not Captain Kirk, dude, come on. Sir, you... No, you don't want to tell him to dial back on the acting. Can you tell me more about your symptoms? I need you to describe the pain in your side more accurately. How can you describe the worst pain that a human being can experience? How can words put pure agony into expression? Yeah, oh boy. Let's start by pinpointing the location, and whether it's sharp, burning, aching, dull, pulsing, shit like that. Out of the corner of your eye, you see the examiner's nodding and taking notes. Clearly, that was the right question to answer. I have severe sharp pains in my side and back, just below the ribs. They're like spasms, purest liquid agony. His voice drops to a dramatic whisper, and he leans towards you. And sometimes, doctor, my pee is slightly dark. Those are consistent with several conditions, but particularly kidney stones. I should... ask about test results. Let's start with blood and urine tests. Anything out of the ordinary? Blood shows high levels of calcium and uric acid. Urine had some trace blood, as well as elevated mineral content. Minerals as in stone-forming minerals? Smiling, despite himself, Dr. Monkman hands you a sheet of urine analysis. Sure enough, the tests show elevated levels of mineral consistent with kidney stones. My diagnosis is kidney stones. Based on a pain level, I'd recommend scoped removal of the bulk of the stone, and then allowing the rest to pass. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Trust me, is like women. Yeah, like dudes. RIP for like stones we have to pass through a little tiny hole. It's fucking painful as shit. It's like childbirth through a little tinkle hole. Is this going to hurt, Doctor? Much less than it hurts right now. Trust me, you're gonna be fine. Oh, that's what they tell you. Oh, thank you, Doctor. I'll name my firstborn child after you. Though I have 2 kids already, but next one for sure. The patient exits, and they lead in the next patient, a young woman with a telltale yellowed skin around her eyes. I'm guessing the makeup is meant to be jaundice. There you go. Doctor, I'm not feeling that good. Please don't tell me it's my back. It's back. You take a look at her chart, noticing that she's a cancer survivor, only recently in remission. You were in Mexico recently? I don't see anything on the chart about taking any recommended vaccinations beforehand. No, I couldn't take any. I'm immunocompromised. Oh, they cover this! Holy shit! Look at me! I'm over here surprised as all hell Pixelberry covered this. Maybe I shouldn't have gone, but it was my bachelorette. Of course, because of the cancer treatment, that leaves a lot of potential causes for this. I'd like to know about the patient's liver function results. You turn to the examiners, holding out a hand for the results. Dr. Jones hands you a chart, and a quick glance confirms your suspicions. Looks like jaundice is, well, jaundice. Unfortunately, I still don't know why it's there. Glance over the chart, but there's nothing else that seems relevant, so you turn to the examiners. We need blood results for what the hell is it? Protein markers, as well as there's something else when you have alcohol buildup that actually ends up damaging the kidneys. I'm trying to think of the word. Based on my initial interview, my diagnosis is alcoholic fatty liver disease. Well, she said bachelorette party. It is something that is causing jaundice. And we would not want to jump to Hep A. So the patient presents with symptoms consistent with fatty liver from heavy alcohol use, which was likely to occur during a bachelorette trip. Patients often downplay or lie about their alcohol consumption. I recommend further testing, possible a liver biopsy. Very well. Miss, you can go. God damn, I'm 2 for 2 today. If I got that right, they certainly aren't showing it. The examiners lead in your third patient, a sweet-faced old lady whose left eye is colored in makeup to look swollen and inflamed. She squirms as she settles in her seat in a look of determination. She pulls out some eye drops and adds them to her left eye to produce tears. Hello, dearie. Thank you so much for seeing me today, although I'm having a bit of trouble seeing right now myself. She made a pun. It's lovely to meet you, ma'am. What seems to be the trouble? As you can see, I've been having some problems with my eye. It's gotten all puffy, and I can barely see out of it, and it hurts. She's talking to you. She squirms again and pressures her legs together, obviously in some discomfort. Interesting. Is everything all right? Do you need to use the restroom? Oh, no. I'm just a little itchy, that's all. I know where this is going. Was this in our file? Yes, I know. Stick to the script. I didn't say anything about it burning when I pee, so settle yourself down. What? Jesus Christ, we got a person who's gonna improvise here and make up made up bullshit. Okay. Wait, a burning sensation when she pees? That isn't part of her script? It sounds like she's dealing with a real issue in addition to the syndrome she's acting out. But which should I focus on? Ma'am? I'm gonna take some general samples We'll start with a blood test, as well as a swab of discharge from your eye, and go from there. Examiners hand over the results of the test you've ordered. The blood test comes back with nothing unusual, but the swab of her tears. Traces of fungal matter in the tears and mucus. That's consistent with a fungal endophthalitis infection. If her other symptoms really are off script, the blood work wouldn't show anything, though. But as you look over the fake blood results, you notice something that not only gives you a scripted out, but as well as the idea what the real problem might be. Dr. Monkman, this blood work doesn't include her STI panel, does it? No, it doesn't. There was no need to test for that, given the circumstances of the patient. In that case, I'll just ask myself, ma'am, have you had any new sexual partners in the last month? A few, yes. The new crop at the retirement home is very handsome. Oh, man. Okay. I had TMI. That just really, thanks. So, and do you practice safe sex? She's like 80 years old. No, she doesn't. Oh, don't worry, dear. I can't get pregnant at my age. I told you. That's why she's not doing it. Bingo. Dr. Valentine, what's your diagnosis for this patient? There's the eye problem in her script, and the other problem she's dealing with in real life. I say this patient is suffering from two separate diseases, actually. The condition in her script is fungal endophthalitis, and can be treated with antifungal medication. But the condition she's actually suffering with is from an STI, most likely chlamydia. I'd recommend a panel to confirm, followed by antibiotics. The two doctors blink, but the patient chortles with delight. Oh, isn't that nice? You don't know how hard it is to get an appointment with a good doctor these days. It's true. For some reason, our doctor at the retirement home is always so busy. I'm glad I could help, ma'am. We'll confirm the diagnosis and get you the treatment you need as soon as we can. The doctors usher out the patient and make a few notes on their pads and then turn to you. We aced this bitch, let's be real. Alright, that completes the practical examination portion of the test. Please proceed to the next room. Our colleagues will be observing you for the final portion of the exam. Thank you. On to the final stretch. That's the spirit. You'll be on this other side before you know it. You steel yourself and walk through the door to the last phase of the exam. Yeah, they can't tell you how you did. Before you know it, the test is at long last over. You stagger out of the exam building, blinking in the sunshine. Then you hiss at the sun and begin running. Let's be real, that's me every day. Casey, over here. She waves you over to where your roommates are gathering, looking a little dazed, but otherwise alright. So, how did it go? I don't know, but I feel okay. Like, I know I got at least some of them right. Yeah, I'm on the same boat. I figured I got most of it, and that's good enough, right? Speak for yourself. Some of us did way better than good enough, right, Aurora? I'm not gonna jinx anything, but I'm not nearly as worried as I was when I began. How about you, Casey? I flunked. I did horrible. No, I'm kidding. Hey, I'm sure all of us did great. You've all worked so hard, and I know you did well. Aw, Casey. I swear to God, if we hug, I'm throwing up. Don't discount your own hard work, Casey. I don't think any of us would have been working as hard as you. Some of us don't have to work as hard, but Aurora's right. I know we all did well, you included, Casey. I like the little jab you did there. I like that. Why am I friends with you? Regardless of how we did, we're gonna feel a whole lot better after the party. Naveen's annual post-board shindig is supposed to be epic. Oh, right. I almost forgot about that. Really? I think it was the only thing that got me through the last hour of the practical. Enough talking, guys. Let's go get ready for a very well-earned night out. In your room, getting ready for the big night, you feel a mix of nostalgia, excitement, and melancholy come over you. I can't believe it, our final year of residency is almost over. We're right on the cusp of becoming full doctors at last. This might be one of the last times we all get to spend a carefree night together. Pick out a trendy outfit to make your post-boards party a night to remember! I have a question. Where the hell did that voice just come from inside of me? Oh, Lord help me. Oh, wait, the guy in Up. Really good movie, by the way, but... yeah, moving on. No way I'm gonna let this milestone pass without looking like $1,000,000. Let's see this thing out with a bang. Jackie makes a low whistle as you walk into the living room. Well, someone is dressed to make a statement, and looks like the statement is, I aced my test, notice me, Senpai. She's right, Casey, you look amazing. I still don't know how you manage to always find the perfect look for every occasion. We'll see this little gnome, he comes in my room, right? He goes, would you like to wear this? Good jeans? Listen, if the little gnome voice didn't just break you, I don't know what will. Well, I certainly feel confident now, shall we? Like, I'm still crying because of it. Damn it all to hell. You and the others arrive at the banquet hall Naveen has rented for the event. Naveen himself is already at the door, smiling and ushering the guests in. Welcome to the annual post-boards party. Congratulations on completing your exams. Tonight is your night to relax and celebrate your achievements. And may I say, Casey, you look perfectly dressed to do both. This dude's wearing a turtleneck and all this other shit. And oh, yes, you look wonderful, looking like a fucking thing off the street. Yeah, she's making us look bad. Not at all. She's simply dressed to impress, and doing an excellent job of it. Now, all of you, a firm reminder to leave your worries about your exams at the door. Pass or not, this night is a well-deserved break after a lot of stress. In my role as Chief of Medicine, I order you to enjoy yourselves. Can't argue with that. Naveen smiles pleasantly at you, and you smile back, but you're suddenly jolted by the contrast between the smiling, calm man in front of you and a hairy trouble man Ethan described on the fateful day. Ethan was clearly holding back something, but from what he did say, Naveen didn't sound like himself. Ethan cares a lot about Naveen and Naveen's legacy. Would he hide the truth in order to protect that? Sighing, you do your best to put the troublesome memories and thoughts out of your head, and focus on the party, at least for now. Inside the hall, the music is pumping, and the floor is packed with people, all familiar faces from the hospital. Wow, this place is packed. I don't see the interns. Am I just missing them? They're not invited. The party is kind of an official move to the adults table. Only senior staff are invited. Looks like they made at least 2 exceptions. He points over to the bar, where, sure enough... Oh, hey there, guys. Bryce, they're out here. Awesome. Just in time for me to buy everyone a round. In case he gets a second round on me, anyone who walks up to a bar looking that good should never pay for her own drink. He's right, Casey. You look amazing. How did you two manage to finagle an invite to this? Are you surprised to hear I have incredibly powerful connections? By which he means Naveen invited us because he knows how close we are with all of you, and he's nice like that. Well, we'll send him a card later. Now, what was that you were saying about buying our drinks? Because I will definitely take you up on that. Me too. I'll, have a glass of wine. Now that I'm a real doctor, I should make an effort to look, like somewhat of a sophisticated, classy adult from time to time, right? What was your excuse for drinking wine the rest of the time? I wanted to be an adult. Practice? Bryce orders the drinks and then holds up his own for a toast. To the OG Edenbrook crew rocking it as residents. Now rocking and as soon-to-be board-certified doctors. Cheers. As you put your glass down, you notice that there's already 1 or 2 empty glasses in front of both Bryce and Raph. Looks like somebody get the party started early. You guys aren't the only ones with a career transition to celebrate. To be fair, Bryce, mine wasn't exactly much of a transition. It's actually kind of the opposite. I think realizing you already in your dream job deserves a celebration, whatever you call it. Speaking of celebrations, I'm making the rounds. It's been ages since I've been able to enjoy a party without boards looming on the horizon. Oh, I see one of the heads of pediatrics over there. You look over the crowd, seeing plenty of familiar faces to catch up with. We got Tobias and Ethan, Inez and Zaid, Baz and Harper. We'll do Tobias and Ethan next. Inez and Zaid. Hey, you two. How's married life treating you, Inez? Very well, as you can imagine. But congratulations to you. You must be so excited and proud. Not to mention feeling fierce in that outfit. I'll admit, you do clean up well, Casey. Anyway, how are you feeling? I haven't got my marks back yet, but I feel good about it, overall. On that note, thank you both for being such great mentors over the years. We wouldn't be the doctors we are without your help. Oh, nonsense. From the first moment I met you and your friends, I knew you were going to be amazing doctors. I, on the other hand, knew no such thing. Frankly, I'm impressed that your little cadre hasn't found a way to burn down the whole hospital yet. So you're saying that you are impressed with us? I'm saying I'm far from disappointed. You chat with the friends for a few more minutes and then head back into the fray. After making your rounds, you take a step back and look around, smiling at all the happy and familiar faces. Really wonderful to have everyone here, but there's someone in particular I want to spend some time with right now. I'm sorry. Wait, stop. So, we get to make the rounds in Baby Bump, but we can't make the rounds here. If I would have known that, I would have went to Tobias and Ethan. Thank you, Pixelberry, for the illusion of choice and not being able to socialize like every other normal human being on the face of the planet. 8 billion of them, by the way. I should see if I can catch him one-on-one for a minute. You find Ethan alone in a corner, staring pensively into the crowd. No surprise to find you partying so hard. Oh, hey there, forgive me, I was lost in thought. Clearly. Did Tobias give up trying to cheer you up? Sort of. I believe he went to chat with Harper and Baz. I fear I'm not the best of company this evening. We're gonna have to disagree on that. You know, since I specifically came over to find you just now. You make an excellent point. You know what's more excellent? A kiss. When you're the one kissing me, I couldn't agree more. You reach up to cup his slightly stubbled cheeks in your hands and then kiss him softly on the mouth. He sighs in contentment, slipping his hands around your waist and pulling you to him. To be honest, been thinking of kissing you since you walked in. Something about your way you look. So this outfit screams kiss me to you. So noted. I'll have to wear this around you more often then. He presses his lips to yours again, a little more hungry in this kiss. Or hunger. I know you don't need my approval, Casey. You've even outgrown the need for my advice. I'm not sure that's true. No, it is, and I couldn't be happier. And more than a little proud. He smiles, stroking your cheek with a thumb, fingers curling behind your ear in a way that makes you shiver. You're incredible, Casey. In ways I could never have imagined. I'm lucky to know you. Right now, I feel pretty damn lucky too. You pull him closer, melting into the next kiss, sighing as the feel of his arms around you. Ethan, I have an idea. Why don't I go get us some drinks and then we can find a private spot to spend some quality time together? Avoid a large, awkward party and spend time with you in my arms? I'm sold. I'll wait for you here. Smiling, you head over to the bar with your empty glasses. Oh no, suspenseful music! You're just getting the glasses refilled when you overhear a familiar braying laugh. Garrett Thorne. Why does this individual seem familiar to me? Give me a minute. It'll come to me. It's Dr. Thorne, the jerk that Esme punched at Donahue's last year. I wonder what he's so gleeful about. You move up to the bar to order your drink, standing just close enough to overhear his conversation with Dr. Tanaka. I still don't understand the situation with Anika Grover case. Why is Ramsey getting dragged across the coals of old people? I mean, he was still only a resident back then, wasn't he? Why on earth would he be on the carpet for malpractice? Isn't it obvious? He has to be covering for Naveen. I'm betting Naveen had something else on him and pressured him into keeping quiet. What? That doesn't sound like something Naveen would do. You really think Naveen is the one at fault at the Grover case? But he's always been such a careful doctor. No question in my mind. Surgery probably didn't see it firsthand, the way the rest of us did. But that year Naveen was totally out of control. Breaks off mid-sentence as he notices you listening in wide-eyed, his lips curl into a sneer. Let's head out of the balcony, I'll tell you all about it privately. He and Dr. Tanaka move off, leaving you still standing at the bar, mind in a whir. I knew Ethan hadn't told me the whole story. If this is true, could that mean there's a way to save Ethan's career? The boards are behind you, but will what you've overheard about Naveen change the result of Ethan's malpractice trial? Keep playing to find out. Hopefully you all did enjoy. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Head down the description below, links to social media, Discord, and a few links to support me and my content. Without further ado, hopefully you all are having a pleasant day. It is a very hot one out there. Stay cool and stay out of the sun. And without further ado, feel free to check out Baby Bump. That's already up on the channel. But then also feel free to check out the Resident Evil series, as well as check out Resident Evil Village that'll be dropping this weekend. And feel free to always head over to Twitch, where I will be live streaming. Once again, thank you all for watching. Catch you all later. Peace out.